Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing my March wrap-up and April TBR. Now, I normally like to do these at the very beginning of the next month. I'm doing it a little early this month only because I'm leaving for Marseille, France with 3 friends that I've made here. It's going to be Easter break or Semana Santa for us. I've never been to France before, so I'm very excited. But if any of you have been there, or say you live in France, you're somewhere in the area and you want to meet up, or you have recommendations for places for us to go, please let me know. Because of that, I probably won't be uploading a video for a little over a week or so, but if you want to be updated on my travels and everything like that, I will have my Instagram and Twitter linked below. So far this month, I've read 3.5 books. The first book I read was Emily the Strange by Rob Reger. Now, I picked this up on accident actually on my Kindle because I thought it was a graphic novel I'd been wanting to read. I have very mixed feelings about this because I was not a fan of the writing. I think it just felt like a middle-aged man trying to sound like a 13-year-old girl, which the more I think about it, I think that actually is the case, so it makes sense, but it just felt a little bit forced. It's about a 13-year-old girl who wakes up in an incredibly strange, all beige town. She has no memory of where she is. They're just very odd people, and it's her solving the mystery and her befriending lots of cats. I gave this, I think, 2.5 out of 5 stars because although I did not really like the writing, I felt a strange amount of nostalgia for this book because that's probably the wrong word because I've never actually read it before, but I know that 11, 13-year-old me would have absolutely loved this series. I'm not going to continue on with it. It was fun while it lasted. The next book I read was a very good psychological thriller called The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawken, and I have a whole spoiler-free video review of this that I will link down below. Then, actually, did I read this in March or February? No, I'm pretty sure I read this in March. I read Watch Your Mouth by Daniel Handler. This was one of the strangest books I've ever read in my entire life, and that's including House of Leaves. It's strange in a very different way, but I think that's saying something. If you've read House of Leaves, it just is that odd. I suppose this would be classified as new adult because it's about 2 university students who are living at the girl's home over the summer with her family because they're both being kind of camp counselors at a Jewish kids camp. It's told from the boyfriend's point of view, and quickly he realizes just how strange and fucked up this family is. The book is also really unique because it's written as if it were an opera almost. It's really difficult to describe, but I thought it was very witty, very clever, very messed up, very strange. I don't think it would be everybody's cup of tea, but I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a really odd book, I would highly recommend that one. And then I'm currently halfway through Red Rising by Who Is This? Pierce Brown. This is a sci-fi dystopian. I am enjoying this so far. I picked it up on kind of a whim. I just recognized the cover because people have been talking about it. After reading the little blurb, I thought this doesn't sound like something I would enjoy. Surprisingly, I really am, so I'm gonna hold off saying anything until I do a full review. So for my TBR for April 1st, I'm definitely going to fly through the rest of Red Rising really quickly, and then I'm finally going to read The Enchanted by Renee Denfeld. Let's take a shot for every time I've said I'm going to read this in the following month. We would all be incredibly drunk by this point, but I am very excited about all of the books that have suddenly come through on my Kindle. I've had so many checked out and on hold, and a ton that I'm really excited about have suddenly become available, so I cannot wait. I'm going to do a ton of reading this month. Then I have All the Light We Cannot See. This has been talked about absolutely non-stop on BookTube, and a lot of times that irritates me, but with this book it just seems like something that I would genuinely really enjoy, so it's just made me more and more excited to read this. I have heard, I think a lot of people compare this to The Book Thief, which I did enjoy, but for some reason only ended up reading half of and never finished. Then I will be reading Asylum by Patrick McGrath. This was on my 2015 overall TBR. This is a psychological thriller that takes place in an insane asylum. I want to say in the 19th century. It's a psychological thriller, also a romance. Bit of a guilty pleasure type book, probably. My library here also has a wonderful selection of books, so I'm going to be reading in English. It's The Suicide Forest, and this is based off of, I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. There is a forest in Japan. It starts with an A, but I don't remember how it's pronounced, but many people have committed suicide there. So obviously there's a lot of folklore surrounding it, but I flipped through this and it seems absolutely horrifying. Like, just take a quick gander. Oh my god. Ah! Like, just look. Then I have Thumbprint by Joe Hill. I really want to check out the Lock and Key graphic novel series by Joe Hill. I didn't look to see if they had it. I don't think they do. I'm not sure what this one is about, but I have read Horns, and I have read In the Tall Grass, and I've read part of Nosferatu, and I just really enjoy Joe Hill, so I'm sure I will like this. Then for the videos I filmed in March, first I filmed obviously my February wrap-up, then I filmed a discussion video on our booktube personalities versus our real life personalities, and so many of you left such well thought out long responses, and I have read them all. I've just been too lazy to go back honestly and respond, but I will, so make sure you check that video out if you haven't. Then, as I already said, I filmed a review of The Girl on the Train, which I really enjoyed. If you like psychological thrillers, definitely check that video out. And then just a couple days ago, I uploaded finally another Spain diary. I hadn't, I think, in a couple days. What am I talking about? A couple months. A lot of you guys had been asking for me to keep doing those, so I finally put another one up. I'm gonna head off now, and it's not fun what I'm about to go do. I'm headed off to see the doctor because I woke up yesterday morning and my pinky toes, I'm not going to insert photos, although I did take them, and both of my pinky toes, but especially one, were basically gray. So vaguely terrifying. So I went to the general doctor and he said that I've heard it pronounced two different ways, Raynaud's or Raynaud's, but my brother has this in his hands, so if it had happened in my hands, I would have been aware what it was, but I thought I had like fucking gangrene, trench foot, and my toe was about to fall off. So I'm about to go see a specialist and hopefully he can get this fixed, because anytime I'm not wearing socks or my feet are warm, my pinky toes just go back to being gray. So I'm gonna go ahead and deal with that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and again, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you want to see my travels, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.